Hey, I'm Bart Barker with Wilson County Schools. If you didn't get a chance to watch the February Board of Education meeting tonight, well, here's a few high points, an announcement or two to pass along. All right, let's kick it off, this virtual meeting again. And not long into that meeting, County Attorney Mike Jennings, he would take the entire board and Director of Schools, Dr. Donna Wright, off into a side virtual chat room to give them an update on the latest proceedings with tornado damage Stoner Creek Elementary and West Wilson Middle. While I'm not privy to all the contents that was discussed inside that meeting, I can tell you that it is an update of where they are, and Mr. Jennings was able to take questions from board members on the process. There was an important call in the negotiation process last week, and he was filling them in on that process. Afterwards, though, when they did reconvene out of the meeting and they came back online, Mr. Jennings did have this to share. Take a look.
I feel like that meeting Friday was productive. I'm not ready, or we are not ready at this point to make any decisions tonight, but we did discuss fairly thoroughly the contents of that meeting and where we are right now. And I asked you before we left the breakout session if you would, because we don't have another board meeting till March the 1st, which is only 28 days. But I do have reason to believe that perhaps there may be something I would need to present to the board for consideration, debate, and a vote. So I would ask you tonight, when you leave here, if you either recess to the call of the chairman or be prepared to call a special meeting if it becomes necessary. Probably the best thing to do would be to recess. But let me assure everyone out there that's looking in, we did not discuss or take any votes. None were asked for, none were taken. And so I feel like we're making progress.
If there's any new information to pass along on those tornado damaged schools with any meetings of any kind, special called meetings, we'll certainly let you know. All right, moving on, in tonight's meeting, you had Dr. Wright's director's report, and she mentioned many things in that report, but one thing that stuck out that I want to just remind everyone is the zone exemption process. Now, those applications, they were activated today, and they will remain activated through this entire month, but the hard deadline for zone exemption is February 28th. So if you're a family that is seeking zone exemption for your student for next school year, the 2021-2022 school year, then go ahead and get those forms going, and you can see that on our district website. They've been posted on our social media channels. They were today, so very, very easy to find. And if you have any questions, certainly reach out to us in that process. And finally, a big topic tonight, a lot of discussion, is our new director of schools search, and rightfully so. Dr. Wright, she is retiring effective June 30th. And again, the process to find her replacement is well underway. It's very important to the board to get the community feedback from not only the community, but also teachers, staff, administrative staff, those sorts of things. So that process will be going on throughout this month and on into next month as well. Not to get too in the weeds of what everything was discussed tonight, but the board trying to get on the same page on how to do this correctly, the right way, and what abides with board policy, and community feedback being part of that. What you can expect is to hear us talk talk a lot about this in the coming weeks, in the coming months, how you can get involved, what to expect in your zone. I know that board members are going to be very aggressive in reaching out to constituents in those zones. So don't be surprised to hear from them one way or another. But the search is well underway, and the ultimate goal is to get down to those few highly qualified candidates to lead our amazing district. You know, at the very end or near the end of the meeting, board chairman, Mr. Larry Tomlinson, he reminded the board of the importance of this selection. He's been around for quite a while, and based on his experience, here's what he had to share.
But at the end of the day, it comes down to us, because we are the ones that are supposed to know what's best for the Wilson County Schools. That's what we were elected to do.
So no shortage of information to pass along to you tonight. Just want to remind you, stay in tune to our social media, to emails, to our website, all of those things to stay in tune to what's going on in the district. And again, how you can get involved with our Director of Schools search. It's going to be something we'll be talking a lot about in the coming weeks and months ahead. All right, folks, have a wonderful rest of the evening. I'll talk to you again real soon.